Step into any historic building and, one detail becomes clear. The roofs have outlasted centuries, while modern timber structures often fail in just a few decades. The secret isn't in exotic materials or chemical treatments. It's a single design principle that medieval and early modern builders instinctively applied, and which you can use today to dramatically extend the life of your roof timber. Understanding and applying this rule could easily double the lifespan of your beams. Subscribe to Echoes of Valor now, because honestly, mastering this simple yet powerful technique can change the way you build and maintain timber roofs. The most critical factor in extending timber lifespan is managing moisture. Water is the silent killer of wood, seeping into joints, boards and beams, accelerating rot, warping and, fungal decay. Builders centuries ago recognized that it wasn't enough to simply shelter timber under shingles or thatch. They had to design the roof so that water never lingered where timber could absorb it. The rule they followed was elegant in its simplicity: ensure constant drainage and ventilation so that timber stays dry in every season. Modern roofs often trap moisture under membranes or flat panels, creating conditions that slowly weaken timber even without obvious leaks. By designing your roof to shed water efficiently and allow airflow, you replicate centuries of proven wisdom. Roof slope was one of the first tools builders used to implement this rule. Medieval architects didn't just make roofs steep because of aesthetics. The angle allowed rain and snow to flow off quickly, preventing prolonged water exposure. In areas of heavy snowfall, slopes were even steeper, ensuring ice and snow wouldn't press against the boards long enough to saturate them. Today, homeowners and builders can examine their roof pitch. Even increasing the slope modestly or adding overhangs can redirect water away from critical timber sections, reducing exposure and slowing decay. Equally important was the spacing and layering of boards and rafters. Beams weren't simply nailed side by side, they were staggered, spaced and layered to allow air to circulate between them. This passive ventilation carried moisture away, keeping timber dry even under rain or snow. Modern constructions often eliminate these gaps in pursuit of airtightness, inadvertently trapping moisture. By incorporating small, intentional ventilation channels or slightly raised boards in modern designs, you can maintain airflow around your timber, reducing condensation and protecting wood integrity over time. Joinery techniques also complemented this rule. Mortise and tenon joints, overlapping scarf joints and pegged connections were preferred because they allowed the timber to move naturally with temperature and moisture fluctuations. Unlike rigid metal fasteners that can crack wood or hold water at stress points, these traditional joints distributed weight evenly and allowed slight movement, preventing moisture from concentrating in vulnerable spots. Today, using flexible fasteners or designing joints that allow minimal movement can mimic this ancient approach, extending timber lifespan considerably. The positioning of the timber within the roof structure was another subtle but powerful factor. Heartwood, the most rot-resistant portion of the tree, was oriented toward areas of highest exposure to water or ice. Sapwood, which absorbs moisture more readily, was placed in less vulnerable positions. Modern builders, rarely consider this orientation, but even just choosing dense, naturally resistant timber and placing it thoughtfully can really reduce moisture absorption and extend the life of your roof. Maintenance? Well, that was the final piece of the puzzle. Medieval and early modern communities, they inspected roofs, regularly clearing debris, repairing misaligned boards, and making sure that ventilation channels were unobstructed. These proactive steps, honestly, prevented minor issues from escalating into structural damage. In modern practice, scheduling seasonal inspections, especially after storms or heavy snow, can prevent small leaks, blocked airflow, or minor rot from compromising the entire roof. Applying this rule today is, well, straightforward, but absolutely transformative. Start by ensuring your roof sheds water efficiently with the right slope and overhangs. Space and layer boards to allow passive ventilation, and design joints that permit a bit of movement while distributing weight. Use dense, rot-resistant timber and orient it so the heartwood faces the areas of greatest moisture exposure. Finally, maintain your roof diligently, inspecting and adjusting as needed. These steps, all derived from centuries of practical observation, can dramatically extend the life of modern timber roofs without expensive chemicals or exotic materials. If this guide has shown you how a single design principle, the constant management of water and airflow, can, double the lifespan of your roof timber, subscribe to Echoes of Valor and share this video with fellow history enthusiasts, builders, or anyone interested in long-lasting construction. Ancient builders left a blueprint that still works today, and by following it, you can protect your timber for generations to come.